Hey there, this is Ed Herzog from Online Growth Tools, and today what I want to show you is a tool called Copywritely. Copywritely is a combination tool. It's both an SEO analyzer as well as a grammar checker. It's currently available on AppSumo for $59 for a single code. You can buy up to 3 codes depending on the exact features that you want. So I'm logged in here into the dashboard, and right here along the left-hand side you can see you've got a check content tool. There's a SERP keyword research tool. Here you can see your history, and here you can see your keywords unique identifier. So we're going to go through these one by one, but first I want to let you know about an issue that I've run into, which is that I can't get the check content tool to work on my page. If I input my URL, I get back a message saying that it can't process my page. I originally thought maybe, I tried a blog post here, and I thought, well, I've got a video on my blog post, so maybe that's the problem. But then I went over and tried my home page, and same thing, it won't process it. Now, you can come in here and just copy and paste the information, but that's not always the easiest way to do it. I've got here text in 2 different places, right? I've got text above the video and text below the video. And if I went over to my home page, I'd see the same thing, that text broken up by photos and other website elements. My guess as to why this is not processing is because I use a page builder. I use Elementor on my website, and I know I've seen complaints, for example, with Yoast SEO, that sometimes it doesn't process it correctly. Google still works, right? Google processes it correctly, but sometimes these SEO tools don't work when you're using a page builder. So I don't know that that's the case. That's just my guess. I haven't reached out to customer support yet, but this is something that you want to look into. Can you actually process your own website pages using this tool? So with that being said, I do want to show you how it works. So what I did instead, let me go over here to history and get that pulled up. So I mentioned this before, I used to work as a life coach, and so I've written some guest posts on some popular websites, particularly Tiny Buddha. And so right here I've got one of my guest posts from Tiny Buddha, and so we'll go ahead and take a look and see what that does in terms of the content check. So here I've inputted the URL, and you can see right here along the top, you can, over here, actually let me start over here, you can edit the text here. You can add the title, edit the text, you can add a header 1, header 2, make text bold, make it italic, add bullets, or add list of numbers. And then you can recheck here. You can check the new text, or if you've got a new URL, if you've updated the text at the URL itself, you can check it right there. So you can look at it either as HTML or as content. What I found with HTML is it tends to pull in things like your page menu, your footer, all sorts of things you're not probably really interested in when you're doing a content check. So it's probably best just to stick with content. Up here you've got a sharing, so if you want to share, you can just copy this link, and anyone who has that link can view the page. And here you can copy what you've got here. Again, if you want to copy it and perhaps paste it back into WordPress or whatever else you use to write your blog post, you can do that. So let's take a look over here. We start here, we get keyword stuffing. So you can either turn stemming on or off. Stemming has to do with, how does it look, particularly at verbs, right? Does it look at walk, walks, walking, walked as one word or as 4 separate words? So, you can turn that on or off depending on how you want to look at it. And every time you turn it on or off, it kind of goes back through these checks. So you've got keyword stuffing without stop words, and it will show that, you can either pick here top, you can pick single words, combination of 2 words or 3 words. And actually it's strange. It starts here with this one here, but you also got this uniqueness tab. This is kind of interesting. It's kind of a plagiarism check, I suppose. Here it's showing me that I actually overlap with this website here, with this other blog post. Now I went ahead and I was like, wow, did somebody steal my content? Did somebody plagiarize from me? Turns out no, it looks like it's mostly, if I click on this, it's picking up a few things here, but it's not really picking up a lot. So I'm not sure why, it's kind of showing up as the same. It doesn't really look like there's a lot of overlap. There's some also similarity in the title when I looked at this post, but you know, there's a little overlap, but not that much. So you know, this was not actually an issue of plagiarism, and it does say 5.3%. I think that might be the overlap between my page and this particular page. So you know, a little bit of overlap, but not a lot. So keyword stuff we looked at already. Redundant phrases. So you know, here you've got words that maybe don't add value to the text. So you know, you can click on these and I'll show you where they're at. So I've got the word maybe 5 different times. I've got the word phrase on the other hand 3 different times. For example, twice, in the end twice. So you know, again, and you can come right over here and edit those, you know, if that's what you want to do. If you decide, you know, again, these are suggestions. You don't have to take their suggestions. You can decide that, hey, I like it the way it is. I think it works better. It's grammatically better, whatever, however you want to do it. But, you know, you do have that there, and then you can just edit it right there. And as I said, afterwards, you can, you know, check the new text. You can copy it. You can share it with somebody else. So next up is readability. You know, it tells you here you've got a couple different readability indexes. Mine comes out there as 6th grade. And here comes, said it should be understood by 13 to 15-year-olds. So, you know, pretty similar there in terms of readability. Rhythmic monotony. So you've got, here they're talking about sentence length. So, you know, they're suggesting that you don't always have sentences that are, you know, you don't want to have a 20-word sentence and a 20-word sentence. You know, they're saying it's easy to read if you break that up. If you've got, say, a 20-word sentence and then a 5-word sentence. And so, again, you can see here where some of this monotony comes in terms of the, you know, kind of sentence length. Here you've got relevance. So, okay, so now here we're getting into a little bit of keyword relevance. So here it's giving me some keywords, again, for single, you know, how many times it show up. Actually, this is top, and then single, 2-word phrases, and 3-word phrases, and show, you know, it shows how many times each of those shows up. And you can check here, you can check different keywords and see, you know, again, this is about stop worrying, so we'll type in stop worrying and go ahead and check it. It says it occurs 1 time, and it says text is not relevant to the specified word. The word occurs 1 time. Required minimum is 3 times, at least for my text length. So, but you can do that right there in terms of checking keyword relevance. And then under that, you've got another keyword check. So, you know, this is sometimes confusing, right? I mean, you've got right there relevance with keywords, and then underneath this, you've got keyword check. So again, let me just try stop worrying, and they will check it. And again, it's saying it showed up 1 time as an exact match. We could do, what else? I think the rest of the title says something about start living. So let's go ahead and check that one. And that one comes up twice. It says it comes up twice as an exact match and then once as a not exact match. I'm not entirely sure what that is. We'll take a look here. Okay, so I guess here it's broken up, right? I've got started here and live here. So it's getting picked up. That's probably the not exact match. So it's, you know, coming up something similar in this particular phrase, but it's not an exact match for what I typed in. So this is actually checking the keyword within the text itself. Then you've got morphology. This I found a little strange. I mean, it's you know, telling you, you know, how many passive verbs you have, prepositions, participles, long words, etc. Now, you know, here it says I've got 6 passive words, and it's recommending or 6 passive verbs, and it's saying I should have 39. I'm not sure where they're coming up with that. I mean, you know, most people recommend to eliminate your passive voice as much as you can and use active voice. So I don't really know why it's saying to increase it. Same thing, you know, here if I click on preposition, it says I have 28 occurrences, and it's saying I should have 199 as recommended. So I'm not sure, again, where exactly this is coming from, what exactly the point of this is. And let's see, can I even, it's giving me one thing here to click on, but again, it's saying I have 28 prepositions, so I'm a little confused as to how to use this, but you know, it's there if it adds value to whatever you're working on. And you know, I have to say that there's not a lot here in terms of help documentation. I took a look. I think there's like 5 different pages that have a little bit of information on how to use this tool. I do think that that's something that they really need to strengthen is, you know, again, what exactly is this? How do I use it? How can I, you know, use it to improve what I have written here? You know, again, it could be a valuable tool. I mean, passive voice is something, you know, I'd like to change. Again, I'm not sure why it's recommending that I increase my passive voice. That to me seems like a strange recommendation. And again, I'm not really sure. It doesn't show me, it's not showing me where those are, so it doesn't really help me in that sense. You know, I'm just seeing, is there anything, you know, it's saying here, it's giving me one example of where it's at, but it's saying I've got 6 occurrences and I don't know where the other ones are. So I think this here really probably needs some work unless there's something that I'm missing. Again, I think it could be valuable, but it's, you know, something's not working for me. Let's just put it that way. And then grammar. So this is actually pretty good. You know, now it's picking up some things here that just, you know, it's saying Henry is a spelling mistake. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's got this little symbol in front of it. It's picking up as a spelling mistake. Now here it's saying 3 successive sentences begin with the same word. That's actually by purpose. I mean, a lot of bloggers recommend to do this kind of pattern where you've got 3 sentences in particular that start with the same word. It's a way to kind of capture somebody's attention. So I don't actually, that's not something I would change. I did that on purpose. Now here though, this is a good one. It's saying that I use the word than in this particular sentence and that I'd be better off using the word from. So, and I wonder, yeah, if I click right on that button, it actually corrects it right there by itself, which is good. And then you can see automatically it starts updating everything. So that's interesting. This one though, it's recommending, I wrote steps to do. It's saying steps to take is more common, but in this context, steps to take doesn't work. So, you know, this is one where I would reject the change and keep it the way it is. So this is the content check. Again, you know, I can go back now and check new text because oh, actually, I guess that doesn't do what I thought it did. I thought it was going to recheck my text, but it's actually taking me back into this editor thing. That's interesting. So I thought the check new text was going to recheck my document, but I guess that does it automatically. So I guess that button that I thought was for rechecking your document is actually to take you back to the content editor. So now let's take a look at the SERP keyword research. So here it says paste from 1 to 3 keywords. You can pick your language, and then got English, Russian, French, Ukrainian, Swedish, Spanish, German, and Portuguese. You can pick your search engine. They've got Google.com, and they've got a bunch of other Googles, and they've also got Yandex. And then you put in your URL to compare. And again, you can either do it as HTML or as content. So I'm not going to do that right now because it takes a while. I'm going to just pull up one of the histories that I've already done. So I did, again, I picked this blog post here on a review I did of Tooltip and ran it through 3 keywords. And then let's see if I can get this, yeah. So here we go. So it pulls it up. Now you've got 2 tabs here. You've got basic information and advanced information. Now I'm going to be honest here. I don't do SEO. SEO is not my thing. You know, you saw the blog post I wrote here. You know, this is a pretty short blog post. I'm not going for SEO on this at all. So it's not sort of my thing. It's never, even when I worked as a life coach and wrote, you know, blog posts for that particular niche, it wasn't something that I really did much. So, you know, I'll just show you this, you know, so it might, if you're an SEO person, this might mean a lot more to you than it does to me. So, you know, it's giving, here's the keywords that I put in that, you know, it's giving a text length, SEO title length, H1 title length, description length, and keyword density. And then recommended words for the title. So it's giving you a bunch of possible words for the title, recommended words for the description. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Recommended words for H1. Keyword phrases that must be included in the text, 3-word phrases only. Again, I'm not, because I'm not an SEO person, this doesn't mean a whole lot to me. It might, I hope it means more to you than it does to me if you're an SEO person. Keyword phrases that must be included in the text. These are two. The other one is 3-word phrases. This is 2-word phrases. Again, there's not a lot of information on what this is. So, you know, it may just be my lack of knowledge of SEO, or it may be that they need to do a better job with their help documents. Here, again, it's just saying keywords. You know, they're giving keywords min, max. So some additional words. Keep scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down. Thanks for your patience here as I work through this. And keep scrolling down. This goes for a while. Okay, then we get into recommended URLs. So, you know, these are URLs to examine that are, as far as I understand, that are ranking on some of the 3 keywords that I put in. And I think these are where the other information is getting pulled from, because, you know, it's definitely, when I look through some of these things, they're not getting pulled from my blog post. You know, these are not words that I used in my particular blog post. So these must be words that are getting pulled from the recommended URLs, probably the ones that are actually ranking highly for you know, what I want to be ranking for, the keywords that I put in there. So that is the basic information. Then if you go over here to advanced, here we go. So again, you've got headline length statistics, URLs top 10, headline. Okay, so now we've got headline length statistics twice. Again, it seems like it's presented a little differently, but I'm not sure what that is. So anyway, okay, so here again with the URLs top 10, it's giving you position. Here's got the keywords, position, weight. Again, not a lot here that really explains to you what you're looking at. So, you know, and I've got, you know, this one, so it looks like this one is ranking 4th and then 0, 0. But I'm not, you know, it looks like a lot are ranking for this first one, but I'm not seeing a lot of rank for the second or the third one. So I'm not sure why that is. But again, you could, you know, obviously click on these and examine them a little more to see, you know, what other people are using, what they're writing. Okay, again, this duplicates that, but it does present the information a little differently. So it's giving keywords for title percent, keywords for H1 percent. Now it's got bigrams and trigrams. So again, not my area of expertise. So this might be for an SEO expert, might have more meaning. Keywords, YRR, median, and sources number. Is giving a bunch of options there. And then trigrams, which is going to give you the same thing. So that is basically the SEO, the SERP research tool. Now, again, they've also, actually, I wanted to look at this too. So we've got title, description, H1, content. So that does take me through, instead of having to scroll down here, it can get you through some of that a little quicker, depending on what you want to look at. It doesn't get you actually all the way to the bottom, though, because I'm still way up here. And, you know, scrolling all the way down to the bottom is all the way down there. Okay, so then they've also got this keyword unique identifier. I believe that's this here, which I found in the help documents, which is their thematic words generator. So again, this is what it's showing. I'm going to show it to you here because I'm not going to go through this process. It says copy all the keywords for which the URL is ranked, then paste them to the thematic words generator and click generate, although now it's saying set unique or get unique words. And again, you can include or exclude stop words, and you've got your different language choices. Although for here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they've cut out German. I don't know why German doesn't appear there, but the other languages that we've seen before, English, Russian, French. Oh, now they've got Dutch. That's interesting. Ukrainian, Swedish, Portuguese. So, and no Spanish. So that's interesting. So Spanish is gone, German is gone, and instead we've got Dutch. Oops. So yeah, so the thematic, so you click generate, and it says in the right table, and you'll find a list of all unique words from which your phrases consist of. Google often ranks your page of the words that by the words, those aren't, should say that aren't. Sorry, this is not good English. So Google often, this is what I think it should say. Google often ranks your page by the words that don't exist on your page or that are on your page. I'm not sure. This is not correct English, so I'm not exactly sure what they're trying to say there, but it says identify such words and add them to your content. This way you can grow your positions by these phrases very fast. So again, this is something, if you're interested in, you'll have to play with, because again, the description just is not very good. There's some poor English that kind of makes it hard to know what it's supposed to be doing. But I think it's supposed to give you some ideas of words and phrases to include in your text to rank highly for the keywords that you want to rank for. That's at least how I understand it. But again, I'm just guessing here. So that's basically the tool. I'll show you here that here is the AppSumo page. I believe there were some complaints about the word limit length, and I believe they've already upped that. So you've got three options. The personal plan is $59, company is $118, enterprise is $177. So go from 1 user to 5 to 10, 50 documents per month to 150 to 300. You get 5,000 word maximum for one document, up to 10, and then 15. You get 50 Google SERP competitors analysis per month, 75 or 150. And then you get top 10 competitors for SERP analysis, top 15 or top 30. So, you've got three different options depending on what you want. It seems like a lot of people are focused on this word length that, if you write really long posts, you're going to need probably 2 or 3 codes, because you've got this 5,000 word maximum if you only buy one code, and that for some people could be a limitation, right? I don't tend to write long posts, even when I work for the U.S. government. My boss would always say, Ed, that's too short. You need to make it longer. I tend to be very brief and to the point, so I don't tend to write very long documents. For me, this would be fine. Although again, because I can't get the thing to read my URL, and I don't want to sit there and go through and, okay, first I've got to copy this and paste it into their thing. Then I've got to come down here and copy and paste that. I don't want to go through that. So I need to find out, if I'm going to use this tool, why it's not reading my URLs. And they need to fix it, assuming the problem is on their end. So that's it. If you have questions about Copywritely, please let me know. Please subscribe to my channel. Again, I'm releasing 1 or 2 videos a week. I'm hoping to eventually up that to 3 to 4, showing you different tools that can help you grow your business. And finally, I will put my affiliate link in the description. I always appreciate it if you decide to buy Copywritely, that you buy via my affiliate link. It does help support me financially, helps me, continue to grow my business, continue to do these video reviews, and hopefully if you're finding value in these video reviews, that's something you want as well. So that's it. Thank you and have a great day.